What's going on, guys? Brian here, and today we're going to break down the June expenses. So I'm going to go through the back end of the Amazon business with the online arbitrage, how much I spent on products, what I expensed, what, I expense obviously on the business, what I took home, that amount of money that Amazon paid me, but then the amount of money that I allocated for taxes, and the actual money that I could take home and actually keep. We're going to break all that down here for you in a second. Now, in the next video, so I've been putting out videos every other day. In the next video, I'm going to do a Q&A with about 20 to 30 questions. So I'm going to go through past questions that people have asked about the online arbitrage, because I seem to be getting a lot of similar questions over and over again. So if I maybe, create an entire Q&A video where I read people's questions and I go through and answer them for you, I think that will be a really great way to kind of, A, create content that I can look back on or reference to other people in the future, and B, it'll help a lot of you out because it seems like a lot of you have similar questions. So if somebody else has a question that you might ask or you might be wondering, I can answer that question for you, or maybe a couple of them. So the whole reason I'm telling you this, that's obviously coming every other day. So it'll be 2 days from now when you guys are watching this, or maybe it's tomorrow if you're watching this, a day into it. Drop questions down in the comment section if you have any questions on, online arbitrage whatsoever, if it's a bulk deal site, if it's a liquidation pallet site, or if it's the coupon arbitrage. Any questions, comment section, and maybe I'll add them to the video if I feel like enough people are asking a question like that, or it's a good question. It'll give, like I said, other students the ability to learn from your questions as well as you. So without further ado, let's jump into the actual expenses. Now, this one's going to be, I literally just looked at this and I looked at my statements. This one's going to be pretty straightforward. I didn't spend much on the business. I didn't expense much on the business. In June, I wish there was a bunch of expenses that I can go through and be like, I spent it on this, I spent it on this. I went and got a new laptop, I got a new chair, or maybe, I spent money on advertising. I didn't do any of that in June. It was pretty straightforward. I literally bought products, sent them back in. I didn't, make any literally expenses other than commissions and fees. So let's talk about that specifically. If you guys want to see more breakdowns of this, there's an entire playlist. I've done January, I've done February, I've done March, I've done April, and I've done May. Obviously, now we're in June. I'll drop the playlist up in the right-hand corner if you want to check it out. And you can also check it out at the end of the video. It's down in the description below. It should be like, Amazon, like expenses, taxes, and something like that. Playlist or whatever it's called. So, and if you guys are interested in watching me source these products, there's obviously the arbitrage playlist in the description down below too, if you want to check that out. So, what did Amazon actually pay me? They pay every 2 weeks. So this is Amazon paid me out 2 payments totaling $8,297.48. So we're down from May, we're down from April, we're right back around where we're at January, February, and March. So I had huge April, and then I had a pretty good May, and we're down a little bit from that, but there's still pretty good money to be made in June. Obviously, this fluctuates, guys. So some months there's going to be more products to buy, some months there's going to be less products to buy. Some months you're going to be living your life, and you're not going to be online every single day buying products, or you might not ship them all in on time. So I still make good money in June, but it wasn't as high as April or May. So I'll break down those numbers for you. So like I said, 2 payments totaling about $8,300. I spent the same $129 in commissions and fees in June. So that was like my Jungle Scout for my private label research, which obviously is on that same card. It was some other software, some literally all the expenses that I usually spend. It always totals $129. So what did I spend on goods? What was my actual take-home pay? Well, the net income, obviously, after I wrote those expenses off, was $8,168.48. But I also spent money buying goods from Amazon.com and obviously getting them to my house and then shipping them back into FBA to make this money. So let's pull up the calculator and I'll show you exactly what I made and what I allocated for taxes and what I got to take home. So total overall income was $8,168.48. Yes. And then, so the cost of goods was $2,700. Whoa, messed that up. So $8,168.48. And then if we take the cost of goods subtracting that, it's $2,076.05. Which means my take-home, not my take-home profit, but my actual profit overall after, the cost of goods that I spent money on and the actual income and the write-offs is $6,092.43. I actually went out on date night with my girlfriend last night. We usually try to, completely unrelated, but I feel like I have to get this out. Completely unrelated. We usually try to go at least one date night a week, you know, and then obviously we do stuff on the weekends here and there when I'm not working and you know, stuff like that. But now that I'm 28 years old, like we went to this Mexican place last night and had like 2 margaritas and I was completely bombed. And I wake up in the mornings nowadays when I'm 28 and I like with hangovers, I literally hate it. So it used to be fun when I was like in my early 20s and now it like completely kills my productivity the next day. So that's why I'm like slow thinking and slow talking today. So let me know down in the comments if you can relate to that. Obviously I still love the occasional drink and going out and you know, having a good time with friends and family and stuff like that, but man, it really crushes me the next day. It's literally almost noon and I'm barely getting this video out and I'm like slow thinking. So got to cut back on that. That was definitely one of my New Year's resolutions. Don't drink as much this year. It's going to increase my productivity and hopefully my wallet and bottom line. So back to recapping the money that I made. $6,092.43 was the profit, but I get taxed on that. So if that's the profit, I'm going to do it on my phone here. So I'm going to show you. Now, I like to say take a conservative amount. People always give me shit about this in the comments, but I would rather pay more ahead of time in taxes in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. And that way, toward the later end of the year, in the last quarter, I won't have to pay that much in taxes. I might be ahead of my tax bill. A lot of people will, you know, pay 10 or 20% in taxes, but then they're going to owe at the end of the year. We don't, as an entrepreneur, especially if you're doing this online, you know, arbitrage type of business, we don't have the luxury of, you know, having an employer deduct the taxes ahead of time from our paycheck so that we know if our paycheck's $2,000 that we get to spend $2,000 on whatever we want. We have to account for this tax-wise. Now, I set up usually a business bank account. So if you guys are interested in how to set up a business bank account that auto deducts for taxes, check out the, I'll drop that as a link in the description, and I'll also drop that up as a card in the right-hand corner. Still can't talk, hence the hangover. But it's really easy to set up. You can do it with any bank pretty much, and it really helps. You don't have to account for these numbers. And also, if you guys want this business template that's really going to help you, you know, this Excel spreadsheet that's going to help you basically keep track of all your numbers so it auto deducts stuff for you and you know exactly what your numbers are, shoot me an email to Brian, that's Brian with a Y, at bgmediainnovation.com, and I'll just give it to you. I know it's going to really help a lot of you guys out. I give this away in my Online Arbitrage Pro course too. Shameless plug. First link in the description if you guys want to learn how to do this and basically make 5 to 10 grand like I'm showing you right from a computer doing online arbitrage. So let's break down the numbers really fast. $6,092.43, and I'm going to take a conservative estimate and say that I'm going to save 30% in taxes. Now, I might be paying more than 30% in taxes, depending on what income tax bracket I'm in. You might be paying more, you might be paying less. I might be paying less than that. So I'm going to take 30%. I feel like that's a good conservative estimate, so I'm ahead of it slightly. Now, you're also going to have to be paying state taxes and also going to be paying local taxes, so make sure that you consult a tax, you know, professional. Talk to your CPA. I'm not a tax professional, so this is not advice. This is just literally my anecdotal experience doing this and setting this up. So if I take 70% of that $6,092, and I can just do it on the screen, 70% of the $6,092 because I'm paying 30% in taxes, that will tell me exactly what I know I can spend, you know, this month. Obviously, this is back in June of 2018, and I'm going through these numbers for you. But this would let me know if I take 70% of this actual payment, this is what I can take home. This is my take-home pay. What did I just do there? Jesus. Hold on. I'm all over the place today. $6,092.43 was the profit. If I multiply that by 0.7, so I'm taking 70% of that, that will mean that my take-home pay after I account for taxes is $4,264.70. So hope you guys like this. I still basically averaged $4,000 in profit, a little bit over. Now, like I said, you can scale this up, you can scale this down, you can order more products, you can order less. I'm not sure why the numbers were slightly down this month. Sometimes they're up very high, sometimes they're a little bit lower. It depends month to month. Sometimes I'm traveling, sometimes I'm not sourcing as much. Sometimes I'm focused on creating content and I'm not waking up right away in the morning and sourcing products. Obviously, a lot of it depends on you and the work that you're willing to put in, but there's no reason that you can't, you know, put an hour or two, maybe 3 hours max a day, you know, doing this online arbitrage and turning it into 5 to 10 grand a month right from your computer. So I'm going to end this video before I, have any more brain farts and I'm slow with this hangover. Hope you guys like this. If you appreciate my genuine transparency and, obviously not just with the numbers, but with my experience this morning and last night, give it a like. I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel grow. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.